Many tutors wonder how much writing practice they should ask their learner to do during their tutoring sessions and for home practice. They might struggle to find interesting writing activities that are immediately relevant and meaningful to their learners' lives and at their skill level. Some learners resist working on writing, preferring to focus on reading activities. Some say they don't need or want to write in their everyday lives. Others believe they have nothing to write about. Writing is useful for many reasons. Most people write every day for practical and commonplace purposes. We use writing in our family, work, and community lives, as well as for our own individual interests and needs. It can be helpful for tutors to introduce learners to activities that not only help them build their writing skills, but also make their lives easier. Experienced writers know that the best way to improve their writing is to write. In the case of writing, practice really does make perfect. Writing practice is especially effective when someone provides immediate feedback and guidance, as tutors are able to do in tutoring sessions. The best way for learners to improve their writing skills is to have the opportunity to practice writing and receive feedback on it in every tutoring session. In this video, you'll see a tutor and learner working on meaningful, real-life writing activities that relate directly to their learner's life and that they can use immediately. In Chapter 1, you'll see the tutor and learner discuss the purpose of writing a thank you note. In Chapter 2, you'll see them compose the note during a mini lesson that quickly moves between generating ideas, creating a spelling bank, drafting, revising and editing sentences, and discussing letter writing conventions. Because the learner has little time to work on the thank you note, the tutor makes note of problem areas to work on in future lessons, while focusing on perfecting the note as a piece of formal writing in a time-sensitive situation.
First of all, Kathy, thank you so much for being willing to work with me. I know couldn't get a hold of Tom. I know he's out, but I really got to get this done. One of the kids I work with, their parent gave me a really nice gift certificate, and I need to write a thank you note. And I'm just really nervous about my spelling, the grammar. You know, I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. So if I could have a little bit of help, I'd really appreciate it.
You know what? I always have time for you, Darcy. Don't worry about it. So you're giving it to him tonight?
I need to see him tonight, absolutely. So I need to get this done, and I'm feeling really anxious and nervous about all of this.
You know what we're going to do, normally I'm very sure that you and Tom probably take a lot of time and you work on spelling, you work on grammar, and we don't have time.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have time today.
And so we're just going to do this because sometimes you have to write every day, right? Whether you have time to do that or not. It comes up, and this is, you may not see them for another week, and you probably want to give them the thank you note in a timely fashion, because when did they give you the gift?
They gave a gift to me like last week, and I'm like I said, I'm going to see him tonight, and
right. And you don't know when you're going to see him again. So.
I don't know. Yeah, so I want to get it to him tonight.
Good. So don't worry about it. We'll work on it together, and we'll make it perfect, which is not what I'm sure you normally do in your tutoring sessions in one session, right? But what we can do is I can make some notes here, and then we can give them to Tom, and then he'll know what you can work on in your lesson. So.
Okay.
So let's, before I never just write in the card. I don't even do that, right? I practice. I actually always write out, because if you paid a stinking $5 for a card, right?
Because that happens. I mess it up,
and you mess it up, and they're like, "Oh, that was $5." So I actually always write out the messages in my cards on a sheet of paper.
That's a good idea.
So do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So, what is it that you want to say? How do you start?
They gave me, a gift certificate that's really, kind of above and beyond. And so I just wanted to say, thank you for the gift certificate. I have no idea how to spell that.
Okay.
I really appreciate the thought, and I have no idea how to spell that. Or just how to put it all together. So
a certificate is a problem word. Appreciate
is
a problem word. Okay.
And then how would I sign off appropriately? I mean, I don't want to say like love Darcy. I don't want to say sincere. I don't know. Sincerely doesn't seem right. So what would be appropriate way to end it?
That's a great question. And it really has to do with your relationship and how formal you want to sound. So a formal way might be to say in gratitude.
Okay.
But that maybe is a little too formal.
Yeah, that seems a little bit too much.
Many thanks, or thanks so much, comma,
Okay.
and then you sign your name.
That's pretty simple, straightforward.
Which did you like better? Many thanks, or
many
thanks
thanks
so much?
I think many thanks. I think that.
Okay, do you know how to write many thanks?
I'm not because I don't know where to put the commas. And,
so we'll
and periods.
So many thanks, comma, and then your name.
Okay, because it always looks like I'm saying many thanks, Darcy, like I'm thanking myself.
Thank you, Darcy. Right, and so you're absolutely right. The comma serves that purpose, right? The comma then separates, and it says who this is for, so
Gotcha, right.
Or who it's from. So good. So why don't we just start? So how would you start a letter or a note? What is the convention? What is that?
Well, I could say I think I should use their last name, and I'm not sure.
Oh, so dear.
I got to find out, their last name. I want to make sure I got it right and I spell that right.
Okay.
So I can look that up.
You can do that a little later.
Yeah,
so right now we may just leave that blank. But why don't
But I don't know if I want to say
dear.
Dear. I don't know. That seems.
Usually, it sounds like, oh, you're my dear, but usually that is the form that we use, right? And so, dear sir, dear madam, dear.
That's way too formal.
Yeah, right. And so, but we do say dear. So I think you're okay. It's not too familiar if you use dear. So do you want to write dear?
Okay.
Good. And then you'll just leave that blank, right? So we'll kind of do this.
Is there a comma?
There is a comma.
After dear?
After the name.
After the name. Okay. Got it.
Okay, good. So then how do you want to start off? And you don't have to write a book, Darcy. You can just write a couple of sentences.
Okay. I wanted to say something like, thank you so much for the gift certificate.
That's great. That's a great start. Do you want to write that?
Okay. C. I don't even know how to start. Oh, thank you. C-E. C-A-T.
Great. Now, is that the end of a thought?
I wanted to express that, that gift was it was above and beyond. And so I thought I'd say something like, thank you for
But is this the end of that thought? Because what happens at the end of a thought when we're writing?
A period. I put a period there.
Absolutely.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a period or a comma.
Yep.
I could say it was really above and beyond. That doesn't sound right, does it?
Absolutely. I think that sounds great. It was really above and
kindness.
beyond what? Your kindness. All of these are good
generosity.
ideas. Generosity.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Do you know how to spell generosity?
No.
Try to write it here. How do you think it starts? Jen.
That's a G.
Good.
E-N.
Jen.
E-R.
Good. Os.
O-S.
O-S. Ity.
I-T-Y?
Yes. So all those are good ideas. So when I'm trying to write, sometimes it's more generosity, sometimes it's more kindness. It depends on your feeling, your emotion for. Do you think it was more generous, or do you think it was more kind, that gift certificate?
I think generosity feels a little bit better, and it did kind of bring up that emotion, and so it was a little overwhelming. So your generosity was
over and above.
Over and above.
I think that's great. Your generosity was over and above. Do you?
Yeah,
that's
what
I think I heard you say.
Yeah. E-N-E. E-B-Y?
Yes.
O-U-N-D?
No U.
Oh.
But you got it. Everything you got it except the U. Beyond. Great. Now, is that the end of a thought?
Yes, I think so.
Excellent. So period. Very good. So why don't you read it so far and see how that sounds?
Thank you so much.
Do you want to start with dear?
Oh, yeah.
Dear John's.
Yeah.
Dear John's dad.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for the gift certificate. Your generosity was above and beyond. Because I was able to. Actually, I went out and bought my son some clothes that he wanted, some fancy shoes, and so that really made my son happy, and it made me feel like I was able to do something nice for my son, because I got him like those expensive shoes, the kind that I can't afford.
Yeah,
those shoes.
That's a really nice. It makes people feel good when you don't just thank them, but you actually tell them why this is such a generous gift and how you're going to use it. I think that's really nice. I think they'd be very happy.
So I would say something like, I was able to buy my son those fancy shoes he wanted.
Yes, I think that's great. Okay. I think that would make them smile and feel really good.
Able to buy House those.
Again, almost, but you don't need the U. Just THOSE. And I'm going to write down these words again for Tom, so that you can work on them in your lesson. It was
those expensive shoes.
Oh, very good.
EX. Oops. EXPENCIVE.
Close. In English it's so weird because you can get the sound from both the C and the S. And in this case, you guessed wrong. It's an S.
It's an S. Okay. And shoes is always one of those hard words, too.
I know, it's a funny one. But you got it.
I got it.
You got it. Yeah. So what is that sentence that you just wrote? Oh, good. Okay, you weren't done. Excellent. So do you want to read that last sentence?
I was able to buy those expensive shoes. Yeah, I said he. I should probably say who he is, my son.
Yeah. So right? Instead of he...
Because that didn't sound right. I was able to buy those expensive shoes my son wanted.
Very nice. Very nice. Do you think that's enough saying, or do you think you want to say anything else?
Do I need to say anything about, how it made me feel buying or is that like sharing too much?
It really depends on your relationship with that parent. So that if we knew each other well and you said that to me, I would love that because it would make me even happier. But if you feel like that's too personal, a little too familiar, maybe then we don't say that.
So those expensive shoes my son wanted, something to close it out. So I just say thanks again. Does that sound right? Does that sound good?
I think so. Quite often when I am writing a thank you note, I start off by thanking and then I end it by thanking.
It doesn't feel quite right to end it like that for me.
Okay.
I want to say something a little bit more, but without oversharing. So, I really appreciate
that. Again, that's another way of saying thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's great. And appreciate is a little bit of a tough word.
Really, so I can say, thanks again. I really appreciate your kindness. That
great.
Sounds
then
good.
You
to
have
me.
Generosity and kindness in it, and that's perfect.
Okay.
I like that. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Mm-hmm.
We already said generosity, so
you said kindness this time, right?
I really appreciate
your
thanks kindness.
Again.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Thanks again is period, probably, huh?
Period. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I really. That's not right, is it?
It is.
Oh, nice.
It is. 2 L's. Good for you. You fixed it yourself. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You had one, and then you said, "Ooh, that doesn't look right," and you added another one. Good for you, Darcy.
I really appreciate I think it's 2 P's.
Very good.
And then I'm lost after that. Oh, there it is. Good. Thank you. I really appreciate your kindness. Oh, period.
Yay!
Oh.
Very nice. Truly. I like that. How'd you know about Truly?
I just remembered it from somebody else wrote me a card, and that's how they finished it. Truly.
Yeah, it's a little old-fashioned, but I think it's sweet. It means I truly mean this, right? Yeah. I think that's a lovely way. Truly is a funny, and you know what? Truly, I'm gonna have to look at it.
Because I didn't spell
it. I know but where's the E? I think maybe. Let's look at this and see.
Yeah, we'll write it down so I'll bring it to Tom.
True is TRUE, right? Does that look funny though?
It does. Hey Siri.
Okay, yeah.
Hey Siri, how do you spell truly?
Truly.
No
TRULY.
No E. Isn't English weird? So true has an E, but truly has...
Yeah, what do you say, LY?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. And again, do you see how you capitalize this the first time?
So I need to capitalize.
When you sign off. And you did the comma.
Because I know sometimes I capitalize in the middle.
So, yeah,
But that's...
I know you're in a hurry, and so I wasn't going to talk about this, but do you have, I know you need to get going now.
Yes, I do.
But it sounds like you have a little bit of time before you see them tonight.
Yeah. I can go back and fix this.
I think what you can do, you have the card, and I think what you can do is you can go back and maybe we can circle. Where do you think that you need to change those capitals to lowercase?
I do get confused with the ones that are supposed to be capitalized. They're supposed to be like the nouns of person, place, or things, I think. So I can do that one. That one doesn't need, and this one does not need to be.
Exactly. One more.
That's the one.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, and that, again, you know what, when you're writing for yourself, Darcy, who cares? It doesn't matter, But when you're writing to people, you probably want to pay a little more attention to that. So I think you circled all of them. And so when you rewrite this, before you give it to them, I think, do you feel like that's in good enough shape for you to take it and work on your own and copy it into the card itself?
I think I can do this now.
Yay! I know you can do this.
Thanks again for your help. That's really, really...
they are going to love this. I can't wait to hear what they thought. I'm sure that they will be very, very touched and impressed because you know what? Thank you cards are a cultural thing, right? It used to be that everybody wrote thank you notes, thank you cards in America, right? It's a very, not all cultures do this, right? So it's a very American thing, but it's a lost art. Not so many people are writing thank you cards and thank you notes now. So I think that they are going to really, really appreciate that you took the time and made the effort to give this to them. And
now I'm going to have to write you a thank you card.
Yes, you are. I'm going to expect that. So
thanks again, really.
Thank you, Darcy. Good job.
You've just seen a tutor and learner work on a real-life writing activity that arose directly from a need in the learner's life. In this lesson, the focus was on quickly writing a thank you note the learner would be proud of. Because they only had a short amount of time, the tutor and learner cycled back and forth between generating ideas, creating a spelling bank, drafting, revising, and editing sentences, and discussing letter writing conventions. While the tutor provided the learner with the correct spelling, punctuation, and other mechanics of the message, they made notes so they could work on problem areas in future lessons.